Good evening. I have returned. And the Type 9 has arrived. I'm glad we have the 9As. You can, like, from the very start of the war, I do like that, but it's kind of a shame that they aren't really their own thing. Like, literally the only difference from the 9C is the additional periscope. Whereas, like, they should have less range, and then you upgrade to the 9C later on, you know what I mean? These have more range than a 7, but not as much as a 9C. But in the game, they're all the same, so it's like, what's the difference? Got the same guns. I think on the 9A you might be restricted in terms of conning tower upgrades as well. That might be the other difference. But basically that and the special extra periscope. And that's basically it. Anyway, I'm going to be going with U-68. I don't need to start at the very beginning of the war because I've done that many times. And, I kind of want to go through just as one boat, you know what I mean? Like in the old days. And U-68 is a very successful historical boat. I can maybe talk a little bit more about that later on. She was ended by the Guadalcanal, USS Guadalcanal escort group that captured U-505. Also sank U-68 like a month or two earlier. Anyway. So the other thing I want to do is do the 90% realism. But of course, something's probably going to bug out. I'm probably not going to complete this campaign, but I want to play at 90%. That's the only achievement I don't have, is for completing the campaign. I think that is the rarest one at 90% realism. But I also would like to, do it without the context visualization and all that stuff. So all this has to be on hard, which I don't like, but I like. I know this is real. I know this is realistic, but I really don't want to deal with it. The bilges. I really don't. And Darker Nights 2, that's kind of a viewer experience thing too. along with the periscope magnification. Yeah, it only gets you 2%, so... Hello, Tank Cannon. How's it going? How have you been? Ah, yes. If I restrict my periscope magnification, that buys me... I can put morale to medium instead of hard. I see. I see how it is. Does this change the realism? Fuck. Shit. Of course I don't want detection feedback. That shit is... That can stay in Assassin's Creed. Thank you very much. That's 3%. There's probably some rounding errors going on here, though. What's my plan? I'm trying to figure out the least painful way to do 90% realism. Like, I can deal with the numbers issues, you know what I mean? The economy and the morale, that's fine. But not being able to zoom in. Darker Nights gives you 4%, dude. 4%. But it's really... Of course, the non-Darker Nights are like... Well, they have been bugged. I think they've addressed that a little bit. But yeah, sinking physics realistic, i.e. slow. That one is 4%. Strict sinking credit. So you have to confirm your kills. And this is a graphics setting, so I don't know why it's here. No stabilization. No extra encounters, because that's dumb, and also that decreases the realism, which is interesting. But yeah, I think that's the setup. Again, this... Like, I give this campaign about like a 50-50 shot that something's gonna happen. Won't actually go through. We'll have to start again.
Bleibt ruhig und konzentriert, Männer. Wir schaffen das.
Wir schaffen das.
Dafür haben wir trainiert. Wir werden das gemeinsam durchstehen.
Denkt an eure Ausbildung, bleibt ruhig und konzentriert.
Oh, the deep voice. Ja, I have a deep voice.
Bleibt ruhig und konzentriert, Männer. Wir schaffen das.
Los geht's, Männer. Lasst uns einige Schiffe versenken.
Los geht's, Männer.
Auf Gefechtsstationen. Anlauf beginnt.
Oh, he sounds so excited about going to action stations.
Los geht's, Männer. Lasst uns einige Schiffe versenken.
Bleibt ruhig und konzentriert, Männer.
Los geht's, Männer! Lasst uns einige Schiffe versenken!
I mean, I've listened to this voice a lot, so I
Bleibt
think we
ruhig
can,
und konzentriert, Männer.
can
Wir
go to
schaffen
something
das.
else. I didn't even know you could do this. I'm gonna put in all this effort, and then he's... Gonna get bugged or die or something. What about blue? Nah, that's maybe a little. I do like the suspenders. Then you really are the old man. Yeah, I think gray. We just go all gray. That's the that one. Doesn't matter when you have a hat. So you go with the gray hair too. How ugly will he be? He's gonna be a silver fox, all right? That's my aspiration. Shark. Oh, gray eyes too. There we go. Gray sweater, gray eyes, gray hair. Oh God. Okay. Okay, some of these are we can I do like a little more drop to the jawline. This does look older. The old man. Okay, oh, yeah, and then the complexion. Scurvy. Is this allowed? I don't know if I don't know if somebody with this complexion is permitted in these particular armed forces. Okay. There's a very warm skin tone as the default. Pale? Do we go pale? Let's go pale. He really does look old. Okay. I think this grows out over the course of a patrol, but whatever you set here is what it gets shaved back to. Right? Oh God, he's like 50. Okay. I think I've accomplished my goal there. The question is, should he have a different hat? Yeah. Yeah, he's 54 years old. That's what it really is. No, I think it's gotta be the captain's hat. Gray eyes, gray face, gray beard, gray hair, gray sweater. Let's go. The old man. I suppose we'll watch this, even though it's very loud. That's the wrong boat, but okay. It's pre-rendered cutscene that can be changed. All right. The intro's scared the... You mean every time? Every time you start a new game, it's like the loudest shit you've ever heard. Okay. I am very looking forward to actually playing this game. I've been doing all this testing, making this stupid video. I'm very ready to just play the damn thing. See how far we get. Oh, have you not seen the new UI?
Ich bin Korvettenkapitän Klaus Schmidt, erster Admiralstabsoffizier beim SDU West. Meine Aufgabe ist es, dafür zu sorgen, dass die Befehle des BDU im Atlantik ohne Fehler ausgeführt werden. Möge Ihre erste Feindfahrt uns stolz machen.
Yeah, the new menu is I mean we'll get used to it, but
Einsatzbefehle des BDU.
Die Alliierten haben sich an einige unserer Taktiken angepasst. Die Schlacht im Atlantik hat sich grundlegend verändert im Vergleich zu früher. Frachtschiffe mit Kurs auf Großbritannien fahren oft in schwer bewaffneten Konvois über den Atlantik. Das RAF Coastal Command hat wesentlich mehr Flugzeuge zur Verfügung. Sie sind auch besser
Coastal
ausgerüstet.
Command. Just said the English
Dennoch
words.
hat ihre Verteidigungsstrategie eine große Schwachstelle, die wir angreifen werden. Wir nennen es die Mittelatlantische Lücke. Es liegt außerhalb der Reichweite ihrer Flugzeuge und unsere U-Boote können dort gefahrloser operieren. Um die Verteidigung der Konvois zu überwältigen, werden wir mit einer neuen Taktik angreifen. Wir nennen diese Wolfsrudel-Taktik. Wir werden diese Schlacht gewinnen, Herr Kommandant.
So Korvettenkapitän. Oh, we can do this right away. Perfect. The good doctor. Let's get him.
Gute Jagd, Herr Kommandant.
Actually, wait, do I have a dive suit?
Willkommen, Herr Kommandant. Ich bin der Quartiermeister der Flottille. Ich bin für Vorräte, Munition und
The
technische
red
Ausrüstung
markers?
Ihres
That's just in the
Bootes
little
verantwortlich.
cutscene that was...
Sagen Sie
playing.
mir, was Sie benötigen. Verstanden. Ich zeige
Can I
Ihnen die
upgrade?
verfügbaren Optionen.
Not the biggest fan of this emblem, but we could keep it for now. That's the only one available. For now, can get rid of this piece of shit. No, I'll leave it wood.
Sonst noch etwas, Herr Kommandant? Jawohl,
Wood.
das steht derzeit zur Verfügung.
Dive suit is provided. Very good. Oh. The land of shitty torpedoes. Here we go. Yeah, I'll just take the free food for now. Aren't there usually free potatoes? Just have free bread. Maybe you always have free bread or free potatoes. Who knows? The back too? What do you mean? Torpedoes? These are modded. This is the authentic goods mod. Makes things look a little nicer.
Sonst noch etwas, Herr Kommandant? Sehr gut. Kommen Sie zu mir, wenn Sie etwas benötigen, Herr.
What do I have in the galley anyway? Potatoes and fish. Okay. So I could load up on more fish. Then.
Guten Tag, Herr Kommandant. Was kann ich für Sie tun? Jawohl, das steht derzeit zur Verfügung.
Specific dried fish, not canned fish. Gotta get your fish straight. Okay.
Sonst noch etwas, Herr Kommandant? Sehr gut. Kommen Sie zu mir, wenn Sie
That's
etwas
enough for now.
benötigen, Herr Kommandant.
How does first person work with the menus? Great question.
Willkommen, Herr Kommandant. Ich bin der Flottillenadjutant. Ich kümmere mich um Personalfragen, Versetzungen und die Zusammenstellung Ihrer Besatzung. Wenn Sie Verstärkung oder Änderungen benötigen, lassen Sie es mich wissen.
Yeah, they're really trying to turn it into
In Ordnung. Ich öffne die
more of
Personalakten
a
Ihrer Männer, die bereits unter Ihrem Kommando stehen. Sonst noch etwas, Herr Kommandant? Sehr gut, Herr Kommandant. Kommen Sie jederzeit zu mir, wenn Sie noch etwas benötigen.
I mean, no matter what you do, people are gonna be not used to it and unhappy at first, so we'll have to see how it feels. Cause like still got headquarters here. Oh, this is still available. Let's do that in a Type 9. Okay. do snorkels right away. T3s. Toilets that actually work. Lots of shit to do. Oh, and this also. Interesting. Let's see what. I think this changes after your first mission. Because, like, one of the problems I've come across is that you can't look at the boat store, the menu to change what boat you have. You can't look at that when you first start a campaign. You have to do a mission first. Which is a little weird. But I think this is going to change. So Hans is not here. Because, I mean, we saw him. He's in the HQ building. So...
Herr Kommandant? Heinrich Schuster, Ihr Kraftfahrer. Sagen Sie nur das Wort, und ich bringe Sie, wohin Sie möchten. Wohin soll es gehen? Verstanden, Herr Kommandant. Ich bringe Sie dorthin.
To drive to the HQ? Oh god. Nice hat. Okay, so this is where everybody's supposed to be. There's the quartermaster. No longer Hans, it is Rolf. And the personnel guy, Wilhelm Kraus. Same last name as the protagonist of The Good Shepherd. That's fun. Did anyone teach you how to type, bro? You gotta... This, pecking is it's not healthy, okay? Gotta learn how to do it properly. Yeah, it's pretty empty. Looks like a Dark Souls level or something. Not Dark Souls, but Souls-like. Set in this time period. It's just random empty rooms and hallways. Yeah, so like the flotilla commander is going to be here instead. Pretty clearly. And he's got a secretary. Do I have to get an appointment? Well, this is nice. I'm really okay, so this is cool and all. It's some really nice wood carving we got on this wardrobe. But I just don't know if this is where the effort should have been directed. You know what I mean? Like, I think think maybe you could have spent this time somewhere else. That's all I'm saying.
Guten Tag, Herr Kommandant. Was kann ich für Sie? Jawohl, das steht derzeit zur Verfügung.
Free potatoes. I'll take them. Yeah, and there's one empty tube.
Sonst noch etwas, Herr Kommandant? Sehr gut. Kommen Sie zu mir, wenn Sie etwas benötigen.
Takes a day to load a fucking torpedo?
Torpedorohr 1 gewartet.
Thank you. Good luck yourself, tank cannon. With whatever you're doing. So the other thing is, leaving port the old way doesn't work very well. Like, you're supposed to go into the port menu and click the undock button, and then it automatically plots a course out of here. But doing it the old way, like, we're still waiting. Okay. Okay. Here we go. And the salted pork is quivering. It's yep, I can relate. It's quivering in anticipation. Canned bread, so exciting. $42 days, that's pretty good. This is with the weight capacity is modded, so you can actually fill all these slots. Kitchen capacity adjusted. That's what the mod is called. And the replacement part stack limit has been increased. Just those minor adjustments, and then you can make do with the vanilla amount of storage slots. Okay, so I should... So speaking of mods, I'm playing with the vanilla crew size. And instead of having more crew, I have the extended range mod, which gives you the same... Well, not this. It actually gives you a little more. So we're at 27,000 instead of... I think it's 24 or 25,000. That's if you have sailors on the engine and on navigation. Get up to like 24 or 25,000, which is historically correct. This is a little bit more because it adds the bonuses together instead of multiplying. But basically, I don't have to put sailors on the engines anymore. Is basically what that means. Voltka has an interesting face. Looks like a pretty dedicated torpedo officer. But he should be... Okay, I need to look at the fucking... Okay. Mechanic. So first of all, this is 11. And this is 10. Get your priorities straight. Fixing leaks is more important than naps. It's just my personal opinion, but that's what I'm putting out there. Okay, is there anything else I want Chief Engineer to do? I think the Chief Engineer... Now I'm also limited to 7 officers, because, again, unmodded crew size. But that's kind of the direction I want to go, because I've been playing with the larger crew and like 9 officers for a long time. But it just creates problems, okay? Just creates problems. So what I'm going to do is we're only going to have 2 engineers. Because you have to have 3 officers. I mean, leaders, I think is what the game calls them. You gotta have 3 of those. 2 watch officers. And a navigator. Which is not like super necessary, but if you think about like in terms of redundancy, if I lose an engineer, it's not the end of the world. Someone else, the sailors can run the engines. Not as well, you can't go as fast, but you'll survive. You lose a sonarman, can't use the sonar, I guess. Whatever. You can get back home. If you only have 2 leaders and you lose one of them, then the remaining one has to do the navigation and like fight the boat and everything. And it's just too much. You can only have 3 of one of these categories, and it has to be leader. So anyway, don't cook. What the hell are you doing? That's the crew's job. You do need to play cards for me, though, Carl Friedrich. Please do that. So I think the way the skills are going to work out, the chief engineer, Helmut, will be the one doing the salvaging. But I'm going to want to put this at 9. And No, loading torpedoes is 9. Engines is 8. Maintaining torpedoes is 7. So that way, because otherwise this guy does nothing other than just sit around and then maintain torpedoes whenever they need them. Whenever they need it, and we don't need the torpedoes maintained in the middle of nowhere, so. But with this setup, if we go to action stations, it'll be helmet on the engines and then Siegfried. Will then automatically, if the engines are occupied, then he'll go and start maintaining. But we're also going to need to set a schedule for that. Is that half? Are we... like 2 hours off of German time or something? Seems that way. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so now they have a mandated schedule. Except for when we're at action stations, and then it'll be Barons on the engines. And Waldga doing torpedoes. And I don't need to assign any sailors there. I mean, I can, and then you get even more range, which is a little bit dumb, but like, it's just an issue that I have with the that particular part of the management system. It's like, oh, you have this system where you assign the sailors to different areas when you need them there, but then you have this one part of the system where you always need them there to save the fuel, to get the actual historical range out of your submarine. And it's like, well, then what's the point of this, like, dynamic system where I can look, like, if I need more, if I'm looking for somebody, I can get more sonar range. If I need to load torpedoes faster, I can give Torpedo Man some help. But it's still going. still going at it. But it just feels wrong to have these aspects of the system where you always want to have somebody assigned. Yeah, the meat is really, you know, it's just real excited to be going on its first patrol. Nope. Okay, it's going down the hatch. It's still for a moment. All right. Okay. supposed to be hanging here. So what about the sailors' schedule? Engines, observation. We get a second watch officer, I can take them off of this. Cleaning, cooking. Helmsman station. Put valves in at 10. Maybe that'll improve the dive times if the regular crew can do it. Hello, Os Norman. Yeah, I would. When I get a second watch officer, I'll take them off the observation periscope and the regular observation to free up the workload. So instead of having them doing it autonomously, they'll just be assigned to an officer that's doing it, basically. But we're not there yet. And then what is... he's a radio officer. Which means... the crew can use the radio. So if we're on the surface, he'll be on the radio, basically. Yeah, that's... because like when you're at periscope depth, I want him on the hydrophone, not on the radio. Because you can still use the radio at periscope depth. This, however, similar to the repair job, to the repairs, this should be 11, and this should be 10. Your nap can wait until lives have been saved. And this is... yeah, lower priority on navigation here, but... actually, forget that. You don't navigate. That's what the navigator's for. Alright. I could potentially even downsize this crew, but we'll have to see how it works out. But not having the constant demand on the engines is really helpful. Like I said, like I was saying, I just have more sailors, they're just invisible. They only work on the engines. That all sounds good to me. Now the thing is with this very long-range submarine, for shorter range patrols, I don't actually remember if Grossifar fucks up the engines. Or not, but I guess we'll find out. But that'll save some time. Oh, now I have a Type 7 range, except I'm doing it at... Yeah, but then your speed drops when the time compression's on, so I have my suspicions about that.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
Betrachten Sie es als erledigt, Herr Kaloy.
Whatever.
Uns wurde von einem verbündeten Boot ein mögliches
Oh.
Ziel in unserer Nähe gemeldet.
Aircraft, you say? Well, I could use a little warm-up. A little gunnery practice, get the blood pumping. Whoops. You said 20 degrees? I can't just cheat and look at the map anymore. It's not allowed. Oh, there he is. Not your best work, pal. Fuck, where did he go? I see him, I see him.
Ich benötige hier etwas Unterstützung.
Alarm!
Probably go to
Auf
action stations, huh?
Gefechtsstation!
Als eingespielte Mannschaft werden wir den Feind zeigen, wozu ein U-Boot in der Lage ist.
Here we go,
Schneller,
here we go.
schneller!
He's coming in again.
Feindliches Flugzeug abgeschossen.
Got him. Just pull that in. Yes, the I'm gonna remove this after this mission, but well, we might have something to shoot at, to shoot it at. I don't have high hopes for what it'll do to the target, but we might find something. So he's not... I was thinking he would maintain torpedoes. But he's not doing that. He's at the command station, or whatever. Which is very unhelpful. If I... So my theory was not correct. Because that task isn't even listed here, so... Not sure what to do about that. That's worth $1,000. Nice.
Große Fahrt voraus.
Funktelegramm gesendet.
Hang on, let me just look at the audio levels here. Okay. Because the voice lines are quiet, except for the ones like in port are quite loud. But we could dump the effects a little bit more. Because like, it's not just the gunshot problem, it's basically it's the way the game handles proximity to a sound. You have the same problem with voices. So when you're in port talking to those officers, they're very loud, but then when your crew give you voice lines and you're just in orbit view, it's like... Yeah, that's a fine audio level. But then...
Alarm! Auf Gefechtsstation! Denkt
Still not
alle
very
an
loud.
eure Ausbildung. Bleibt ruhig und konzentriert.
So excited about going to action stations. Who wouldn't be? Convoy BF 243. Southern course. Oh, way over here. That's probably coastal. Be heading away from us by now. I should look at the... Because they have made it so you can get campaign tonnage even if you're not on that specific mission. A, K, A, L, B, D, and B, E are the squares. Well, BE is right here, so like on the way back I could... Can radio for new mission? I saw something about that. But like, regardless, if I sink tonnage in the designated area, it'll count for the campaign. We'll see. Once we pick up the doctor, we'll see.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloy.
The Type 2? No. But this is not a Type 2. This thing has 4 times as many torpedoes as a Type 2. What are we looking at?
355 Grad.
Well, we don't want to piss the Argentinians off, because then, you know, where would we go to at the end of the war? That's a little bit overpowering. Oh, that's way less weird. Okay, I can actually see if you take the vignette and the bloom away. You can actually see what's going on, if you can imagine. Can I change? Can change Darker Nights right in there. Okay. Oh, hey, it's Orion. That's a little much. Right there. Rising. At the moment. It always seems like there's a little bit too much midnight sun. Like, we're not that far north. Or what, 55 degrees maybe? And it's August. Like, it's not June. It's 2:46 in the morning. Is this really... I don't know. So yeah, that's under gameplay. It's not part of... But it's... Honestly, it's kind of nice that it's not under here because... These are all locked when you're at 90%, so you can get the achievement or whatever. So it's kind of nice that this one, at least, you can just change at will. Anyway.
Funktelegramm gesendet. Grad!
Wird erledigt, Herr Kaloy.
Auf Seerohrtiefe. Kleine Fahrt voraus.
Really not that far away. I hope they're not looking in this direction.
Alarm! Auf Gefechtsstation!
Auf Gefechtsstation! Anlauf beginnt!
Schleichfahrt.
I guess that's because my captain wasn't on the bridge. That's why I need two watch officers. I should have been more careful with the approach, but hopefully they don't see. You really should be able to. Although I am into the sun.
Auf E-Motoren wechseln.
Okay. Oh no, that's the rotation, not the
Sinkendes Wrack. Direkt
There we go.
voraus.
Get into my... another thing that's been modded. Yeah, it is in Isles. So there's like nothing left after you hit it with the torpedo. Okay, so I need to head... what's this bearing? This is actually a good warm-up because they're like not moving and I don't have to do the fucking math right now. But they're dead ahead.
Kurs setzen.
So I need to move over in this direction. To square up a little more. I suppose I could put some data in. Angle on bow literally doesn't matter. Is it? It defaults to the correct one, right? Yes. That's how it should be.
Lage 1, 2, 4, Bug links.
Yeah, if you could go maintain some torpedoes, that would be tight. I might use the stern tubes. Although well, I'm not sure.
Aktualisieren. Gegnerfahrt 0 Knoten.
Whatever. The distance.
Aktualisieren. Entfernung 5, 6, 4, 9 Meter. Schussunterlagen aktualisieren.
Not very different, but the more that I pull around to the left, I'll be closer to this one and farther from the Isles. So I'm gonna shoot the Isles first. Basically. Let me find out what the actual periscope depth for the Type 9 is. Attack periscope depth, we could say. Because this is observation periscope depth. It's gonna be a little too deep. But we are... No. It's like just barely. It's probably 8 meters. That's where we're gonna want to hang out then.
Tauchen auf 10 Meter.
Depends on the sea state, of course. $11 and 9 minutes. This is, I have Breathe Easier Vanilla installed because the normal Breathe Easier got updated. And I think it got updated for new crew size mods that are out there now. So now with Vanilla Crew, it gives you like 20 hours, whereas it was like 13 or 14. But 20 hours is a little much. With no ventilation or filters or anything. So they're pretty much... Okay, I do need to get closer. It's the bearing. 073. 5,500 meters. Shit. Does this give you relative bearing? It does. They are right there. But I'm pretty much at the angle I want to be at. So we can turn in. Yeah. Oh, and I guess we'll use the bow tubes. It's easiest. Pretty murky around here. Also pretty bright in the daylight. I think the sailors don't actually get you anything if you're playing like full hardcore. They increase your lookout range for spotting things, but once you're like in contact, all that they do is raise the observation periscope for no reason. So
Ich könnte etwas Hilfe gebrauchen.
sight range and aiming speed. But the aiming speed, like it doesn't increase my aiming speed, it increases the automated aiming speed, which I'm not using. Hello, LFI. Yeah, it's wasted. Once you're actually in contact, it's wasted. But for lookout range, it does help. For spotting things. So that's interesting. Yield the Engeland is great. It's a great time. Had lots of good food. Saw lots of cool things. Also set to command and add 2 people. Right. If they're at the command station, it like increases. Not this guy, because he's doing nothing useful at the moment. I need to figure out how to... Yeah, this is the new Cold Waters update. It's going back in time. Yeah, I know it's this thing, but I only have 2 officers at the moment, so. But that like increases all of the stats of everything, basically, I think. Yeah. Yeah, this little actual guys.
Ich könnte etwas Hilfe gebrauchen. Jawohl, ich kümmere mich drum.
I need to figure out how to get him to do maintenance. Little German guys, yes. Because I was trying to set it up so that he would do torpedo maintenance when we're at action stations, because even though he has a higher priority set to the engines, he can't do that. Because that's where... Oh, hang on. I got the wrong fucking guy. I got the wrong guy. That's why. I had the engineer doing the torpedoes. Right? What kind of captain am I? The very, very distracted one. Clearly. Come on, Voltka. Okay, what's the range? Just under 3 kilometers. Can you get a little bit closer? Two mechanics, 2 radio, and 2 officers, yeah. Three officers, did I say 2? But yeah, that's the best use of your 7 that it gives you. Because if you just think about, like, it's very good to have 2 watch officers, but also if you just think about redundancy, if you lose one of those guys, if you lose an engineer, you can still get home. The sailors can run the engines. If you lose a radio man, the other one can do everything. But if you only have 2 officers and you lose one of them, then that other officer has a lot of shit to do. Oh no, I don't do I don't do 3 watch officers. I do 2 watch officers. Standing watch and watch, and then the other guy's just a navigator. He just sits around navigating and playing cards. That's what I do. But if you need him, he can do other things. Of course. They do work on shifts. You can set the shifts.
2, 6, 9, 3 Meter.
My sailors are on 8-hour shifts. Because that's the default. And I set up my engineers on 12-hour shifts. Watch and watch, as they say.
Aktualisieren. Entfernung 2, 4, 0, 8 Meter.
Alright, let's do this thing.
Rohr 1 bewässern.
Shallow, please. It's very, very small ship. Don't want to go under it. Alright. First torpedo of the campaign.
Los. Rohr 2 bewässern. Rohr 3 bewässern.
Rohr 2 bewässert. Rohr 3 bewässert.
There we go.
Los.
Shit. Dispersion is set to 85 meters. That's a lot. That's like the size of that ship. Yeah, well. One of them will hit. Hopefully both. How big is it? Oh, it's 100 meters long. Maybe they'll both hit. Why aren't you loading torpedoes, sir?
Herr Kapitän,
Der Torpedo ist auf halbem Weg.
Isn't that like your job? Oh, it's because we're on silent fucking running. I am so stupid. I apologize for everything that I said to you, Voltka. You're the
Der Torpedo ist auf halbem Weg.
You're the man, and I clearly am not. It's the cook you'd have to work 24/7. The sailors are the cooks. And they're on 8-hour shifts. As you can see. Yeah, I was like, why aren't they loading torpedoes? It's because the fucking...
Feindliches Schiff
We're on silent fucking running. Alright, well the Isles has evaporated. That's good news.
Feindliches Schiff getroffen.
Got one hit at least. But that is... If that hit was there, and the other one was 85 meters over here, it was probably a miss. But that's alright. Live and learn. You did watch down Periscope? Very good. There she goes. One miss, but that's the price of getting a very rusty skipper back into shape. Yeah, now he's gonna go load the torpedoes. I suppose he can have some help. It's a big job.
Auf Dieselmotoren wechseln.
Herr Kaloi, wir sind aufgetaucht.
Wir sind aufgetaucht. So I do have him set that loading torpedoes is a higher priority than the engines, but maintaining the torpedoes is a lower priority. So he'll only do it if Barons is on the engines already. That's the idea. But then look, the skipper said he wanted silent running, and then he was complaining the torpedoes weren't being maintained, so he needs to make up his mind, okay? Enigma mission, yes. Hello, Venabor. How's it going?
Alle Maschinen stopp.
I am back, yes. I'm really glad that I can now just actually play the game after a whole bunch of testing and editing and stuff. Just sit down and have a good old play with the Tech 9. Wreckage. Exotic fruits, of course we want that. This is a 9C, not a 9A. U-68. But it's basically the same thing. The only difference is the extra periscope on the 9A. Because the range is the same and everything for some reason, even though it shouldn't be. They're eating good in the Royal Navy. Make sure my officer's 100% rested. I guess I can send Voltka because he's pretty fresh. Okay, so I have a video about this that you can watch. But basically, oh, it's complicated. So like the Type 7 historically, it's like 15,000 kilometers of range at 10 knots, and then the 9C is like 25,000, and then the 9A is like maybe almost 20,000 at 10 knots. It's like between them, basically. But in the game, it has the same range as the 9C, which doesn't make sense. And the entire model is the same. Has the net cutter, the shitty 37mm with the ugly gun shield. The only difference is the extra periscope on the 9A. But so the game is made so that with the engineering and navigation bonuses from the extra sailors, you get to the historical range if you have those bonuses active. All of the time. Which I think is dumb, and then you need to have more crew, and then you get into the bigger crew size mods, and then that causes problems with air and with the bunks, and it's a whole mess. So instead, I have the extended range mod that just gives you the bonuses without any extra crew assigned. But yeah, it's a whole thing. One banana. Is that worth it? Who could say? Well, the real problem is, like with the bigger crew limit mod, if you get up to 9 officers, then there's no spare bunk capacity at that point, because you're hot bunking, half on, half off, with your 8 non-captain officers. You have 4 bunks here and 4 bunks in the Type 7. So half of your officers have to be sleeping at any given time. And then there's no spare capacity. With 7 guys, there is some, because you have 6 officers for 4 bunks. But when there's no spare capacity, like if you've been at action stations, that can be an issue, or if somebody gets tuberculosis or whatever, or those permanent injuries. Type 7 has 6 bunks. It does not. The 2 upper bunks on the starboard side, on the camera side in the cross-section view, are non-functional. So there are only 4 bunks. Unless they changed it. But I'm pretty sure that's still the case. Yes, there are 6 bunks, but they can only use 4 of them. Alright, that's fine. Yeah, the Type 9 only has 4. I think, again, I talk about this a little bit in the video that I was making this whole time. But in the 9C, which is longer than the 9A, so there's more bunks in general in this thing. Because you have the torpedo room, the petty officer's quarters is bigger, it's 3 bunks long instead of 2. And of course it's up here instead of back behind the control room. But in the 9C, the listening room is supposed to be opposite the radio room, which I think is maybe because this compartment is a little bit longer, and then there's an extra set of bunks here in U-505 in the 9C. But this is the layout for the early Type 9s, which more closely resembles the Type 7 layout as well. Oh, can you go over the survivor cap? That's funny. Canned meat. See, they're not as well provisioned on the Corvettes. The destroyer, they had the fancy food. I mean, that's not a bug. That's like we made all the boats the same because making them different is like a whole thing that you would then have to make a whole different like terrain map. I don't know what the correct terminology is, but alright, should we dive this stupid submarine? Let's go. Have I had any leaks yet? No. I've heard about some bugs related to leaks, so I'm curious to see what it looks like, but not yet. I maybe shouldn't be skipping through this so quickly, but I've seen it a million times. Managed to enter the crew quarters through the escape hatch in the galley. The hatch leading towards the control room is locked. Well, let's try to open it. I wonder what'll happen. It is 245, 246, 247, somewhere in there. I have tested this. The crush depth. So you can't go to 250. Which, I mean, I think it is the same. It was the same thickness of pressure hull as the Type 7. And if you make a bigger boat with the same hull, you can't go as deep. That's just how it is. So So the Type 7 in this game crushes at like 260 something. And the 7C41 is right at 300. And the Type 2 is at 215, if I remember correctly. I did all this testing. When he tried to open it, he couldn't, which made him realize that the compartment on the other side is not filled with water. To his surprise, he heard a few knocks and faint human voices. There's someone alive on the other side. Voltka managed to... Oh god, my voice. Managed to communicate with the people trapped in the control room. It's a radio man and his assistant. They're trapped in there for many days now. They confirm that they have access to the Enigma machine, and if you manage to open the hatch at the conning tower, they should be launched in the air bubble right to the surface along with the machine. They said they will be ready. I will free the radio man. Yeah, it's a completely new game. Really, really wild that this is all in the one Cold Waters update. Good morning, Kermify. Good morning to all of Europe. Quite a few of you are present. Screen go black. Okay, we're good. We're good. No, I'll wait until we complete this before I get the radio officer out of bed. We're gonna need him for medical assistance in a moment anyway.
Ich bin sehr beeindruckt, Herr Kommandant. Sie wissen ganz genau, wie man ein Boot führt.
Kurs setzen. Halbe voraus.
Let's turn this way. So I don't run over the remaining lifeboats. Did I pick up the crew myself? What are you talking about? Oh, did I pick the crew? No. But I can... Like, this is what you start with, but you can choose who stays and who goes, depending on their skills. Oh, Helmut's good at cooking. Who knew? I don't have any linguists. Any other languages. Lots of tough, though. Which is interesting. Oh, Preen. Ernst, you can send the messages. You're well rested. Now that you've been rescued. I think I saw something about a bug where the 105 was not doing very much damage. which I think was fixed. But in theory, it should do more damage than the 88. But then, of course, we also have the 37, which uses the same ammunition. Don't ask me why. Oh, I don't think it's a glitch that it's the same ammo. I think that's just how it is. Like if you just mouse over large caliber ammo. Large caliber ammo. So it's the same item you would be feeding to the 88 too, so it's a little weird. Let's get rid of this stuff. Fill up the potatoes. $15 days. What? You lost. You lost. Congratulations. Yeah, I guess this says small caliber. And this says large caliber. I guess I need medium caliber for this thing. Because, like, if they put what I really want them to put into the game, which is the fully automatic 37mm. If that used the same ammo as the deck gun, that would be as the bigger gun. That would be unfortunate. You would run out very quickly. Okay, so can I... Fucking, why not? Oh, man. Ernst, your persuasive skills are... You got them to give us this mission, too? Fuck. All right. Sure.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
Why not? Oh, right. You can only do one at a time. Because otherwise, they keep switching between the two tasks, and then neither of them gets completed. Okay. One at a time. 2 mechanics. You're talking about the officers? They're not doing this. This is just like the guys doing it. Or maybe if I... Of course, I don't need to load anything in the rear. I need to use the stern tubes a lot more because it's more torpedoes back here. Which I think is correct, because it's like 1, 2, 3 behind the conning tower, and then 2 more sets up here. I think that's how it is. Oh, they only put Steam ones up here. I didn't know that. That's interesting. But if you read, like, any of the source material, it's all like, oh yeah, we got rid of that shit. That's such a pain in the ass. And with the aircraft all over the place now, like we got rid of those after the 3rd patrol. Or we got rid of some of them. The deck canisters, I mean. My favorite part is that they're just standing around. Oh, I guess Barons is there now. But they're just standing around scratching their noggins. Like, do you think it's gonna fit? I don't know, what do you think? They're not actually doing anything, they're just